If you go on to enjoy the video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. It does really help me out a lot. And if you're into Funko Pops, I've just started a brand new channel dedicated to them. The link for that can be found in the description. And beat the random lottery that is FIFA points by buying the coins direct from u7buy.com. Use code TVM at checkout for a 5% discount, or if you're a new customer, get 8% discount. The link is down below. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another day of some predictions. Today, man of the match from the Europa League and the Champions League. I'll quickly flick through the ones that we had last week. So up first we have Graven Birch, 1 assist in a 3-0 win over Young Boys. Of course, this was last week. I'm not going to spend too long on these. Normally I'd spend double the time talking about them because we've already seen them. There's not really any need for that. Pau Torres with 1 goal in a 2-0 win over Dynamo Kiev. These are probably the most likely options from the games last week. MOLINA of Granada up next, or Granada? 1 goal, 1 assist, 2-0 win over Mold. Doesn't look like the best of cards, let's be honest. Let's hope he doesn't get one. Moving on to GABRIEL of Arsenal with 1 goal and 1 assist and a 3-1 win of Olympiacos. That is the only chance an Arsenal player has of getting a man of the match this time around, of course, because they lost 1-0 last night. Pellegrini with 1 goal in a 3-0 win over Shakhtar. Probably the better option of the two choices from Roma. We'll talk about the second choice in a second. Aurier. This, again, is the only chance that Spurs have of getting a man of the match in the Europa League. Full stop, actually. Aurier put in a good shift last week. They beat Dynamo Zagreb 2-0, but of course we know how that ended. Chiesa with 2 goals and a 3-2 win over Porto, although Porto do end up going through in the Champions League. So whether they give it to Chiesa or not based on that, I don't know. Haaland has become the youngest player to reach 20 Champions League goals, surpassing Mbappe's record, I think almost by a year. And then Mbappe, of course, beat Messi originally. So they probably won't, but they're probably waiting for like a record breaker type promo. Thiago up next with probably the best performance in a Liverpool shirt, that is. And of course, they won 2-0, 4-0 on aggregate. They are through to the next round. I think they've just been drawn against Real Madrid as well. That should be fun. Navas is our final player from last week with 10 saves and a penalty save in a 1-1 draw against Barcelona. But of course, they go through, and they've gone through, and they beat them 5-2 on aggregate. On to this week. El Arabi for Olympiacos. They beat Arsenal 1-0. He popped up with a goal. Of course, Arsenal did knock them out on aggregate, 3-2, but still definitely worth a mention. This would be a third special item, technically speaking, a third inform, with now fantastic shooting. Orsic, this is nailed on, 100% guaranteed without a shadow of a doubt. He has got a hat-trick and has single-handedly knocked Spurs out of the Europa League. That is an achievement and a half. Fair play to Orsic. And he's still in the competition. He could still go on to get another man of the match at some point, which is awesome. Mayoral, I think he's on loan from Madrid. Correct me if I'm wrong. Real Madrid, that is, for Roma, with 2 goals and a 2-1 win over Shakhtar, 5-1 on aggregate. I would prefer Pellegrini, personally, from last week, but, you know, Mayoral probably deserves it more. Henderson of Manchester United with 4 saves, a clean sheet and a 1-0 win over Milan. And of course they knocked them out. They went through 2-1 on aggregate. Could give it to Paul Pogba for the goal, but he came on just after half-time. And Henderson obviously played the entire game and played well, so why not? Tadic, I can't see this happening, to be honest, but I thought I'd throw it in there anyway. He's got a goal and an assist in a 2-0 win. They knocked out Young Boys 5-0 on aggregate, but he has a road to the final card. So I don't really know if they would do this because of that road to the final. Who knows? Move on to the Champions League very briefly with Ziyech with a goal in a 2-0 win over Atletico Madrid, and Chelsea have quite comfortably knocked out Atletico Madrid, which is come as a surprise, I would imagine, to a lot of people, even some Chelsea fans. But well done to them. And Ziyech, I believe the ones to watch would get upgraded because it's everything except like team of the season. Phil Foden with 1 assist in a 2-0 win against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and they knocked them out 4-0 on aggregate. Man City are now, in my opinion, favourites to win the Champions League. It's either them or Bayern, but I think it'll be Manchester City personally. And finally, Asensio of Real Madrid with 1 goal in a 3-1 win over Atalanta, knocking them out 4-1 on aggregate, which is quite a comfortable aggregate scoreline, even though it's not really that comfortable. The first leg wasn't that easy, but still, Asensio there with a man of the match. And there we go, some really tasty cards to get our teeth into. Now, if I were EA, I would drop every single one of them, but we know full well that they won't do that. With regards to Haaland and the record breaker, I would assume that they will wait until they have enough, maybe 4, maybe 8 record breaker cards that they could potentially do and drop them in a batch like they did last time around. So I wouldn't expect to see Haaland this time around, but we'll see what happens probably at 6 p.m. Let me know what you think of those cards in the comments. If you could handpick one to have untradeable in your club, who would it be? I know who I would take. ARABI looks fantastic. I'm joking, of course. Orsic is the one that I would take. If you have enjoyed this video, though, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course, and until the next time, goodbye.